Okay, so that's my number three. My number two might surprise both of you, but I mean, as someone who appreciates, we don't really talk about it much on career retrospectives. But my biggest bread and butter with music lately has been older artists releasing newer music. I mean, like some of my artists, my guys, like like Brian Adams put out a record like last year. It's great. So happy it hurts. And I'm a big fan of like when older classic rock artists put out new records. This might be as a complete shocker, but the Rolling Stones, they put out an album called Hackney Diamonds. I
Yeah, and
was,
just to interrupt, that
yeah,
actually was on a lot of top lists. Actually,
I
surprisingly
know.
enough, I saw that there, and I had never listened to it yet, so I can't
Yeah.
speak on it. I need to
Yeah, I
come
haven't
back
heard
and
anything
you
from it.
know, yeah. So
Okay.
I'm actually looking forward to checking this one out, and like
Yeah.
I've never been the biggest fan of the Rolling Stones, but I've
Neither have
obviously
I.
loved all their hits. I've just never been
Yeah.
an albums guy, and I
It's,
actually
yeah.
do want to listen to some albums.
Well, you're
I've
going to go see him
always
next
liked
year with me,
their
Mike. So,
I've always liked their original output, but past past that, not much for me. So I don't know what they sound like in 2023.
I mean,
It
they went
leans
through the,
closer to that, or if it's more
yeah.
like their late
I mean,
70s and 80s output.
there's a feature on here from Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. There's Lady Gaga on here, believe it or not. But I mean, when I tell you that I mean, I know this is why I wanted to bring it up because when I first listened to it, I was all right, whatever. It's a new Rolling Stones record. Their first in 18 years, mind you, of new material. My first thought was, this is gonna suck. They're just doing a cash grab. They're doing, whatever. But when I heard that first single, Angry, I was like, all right, Jagger's 80 years old, but he still sounds pretty good, truthfully. Keith Richards just turned 80 on December 18th, and he's still playing guitar left and right. And I was really surprised by how well they put out an album. Even like metal critics, like, I mean, we never talk about it, but Eddie Trunk reviewed the record. He's like, it's amazing how the Rolling Stones could put out a new album and have it be like just that re-listenable. I've listened to this probably at least 4 or 5 times. It's probably like a 40-minute record, maybe 4 or 5, maybe even 6 times. I might stream it tonight before I go out. But I mean, I was just kind of like taken back by the Rolling Stones putting out a new album this late in their 60 years after they formed. I mean, come on. You would think, oh, they're just going to play Miss You. They're going to play Satisfaction, Sympathy for the Devil. They're going to play Beast of Burden, whatever. But I have to tell you, I really hope that I hear at least 2 or 3 songs of this record live. And Paul McCartney's featured as a vocalist on one of the songs. Ringo Starr's drumming. And this is also coming off of the fact that Charlie Watts, their original drummer, died in 2021. So,
Mm.
and they had like leftover drum tracks ready to go for him, and that he left for the songs. Bill Wyman, the original bassist, is here too on this record. I was really surprised by the Rolling Stones, but it was not my number one.